Cool. Now, hello everybody. Welcome back to Merican Truxxin Simulator. Now, I had the game. Now, if you remember last time I played this, the game had a little bit of a crash. Just as we were deciding on a new truck, if I remember correctly. So, what I've done is when I launched the game today and I went to choose a job, the game crashed, and then I tried again and it broke again. So I have uninstalled all the mods in the game. So there are no mods at all on this profile, and so I think that was the problem. So at least for the moment, we're going to be playing this game with no mods. I did, of course, have a plan to buy a truck, and I had written down here all the good stuff. Now, I don't know what mod exactly was causing the problem, but I vetoed a lot of them. Got rid of all of them that was installed on this profile. So, yeah, but I might just enable one. Because I think we only really need like one enabled, or maybe two enabled. Anyway, and I think that, anyway, whatever. Let's move on. Let's do a job. Now, the new Mac here has been added to the game. And I think also that might have been a problem because the game's had an update. And maybe not necessarily all the mods that I had installed had an update too. Anyway. Not much, Matt. How are you, sir? Hopefully the game's not going to crash like it did last time. I've uninstalled all the mods, so we'll see how it goes. Right, we're taking whatever this thing is. It's a big red jack-in-the-box to somewhere. It's probably like some electrical thing. What do you call it? Transformer. That's the word I'm after. Wide load in the back. Oh my. I actually have this truck, the Lego one. It's pretty impressive. Excuse me, just have a little bit of a sip of me. It's Makona number 8. Pay attention while following. Okay. So, here we are. Impressive bit of gear, this. Now, on our lights on. That's a huge cab as well. That sleeper cab's massive. You could have a party in there. Not that you should be, of course. The interior is pretty tasty as well. Right, let's go around here. Have we crashed already? Oh, that's tight there, that cut. Oh, now who's... Oh, okay. I should be looking on this side. Beautiful. Now this truck, I've noticed the hood ornament, or the bonnet ornament, is silver. Now, you do see some Mack trucks that have gold ones. Now, apparently, the trucks with the gold dogs, Mack dogs on them, or the Bulldog, but apparently the trucks with the gold ones mean that everything of the truck is built by Mack. So gearbox, engine, and of course the general manufacturing of the truck itself. Whereas the silver ones, which is 99% of them, they are not all built in-house. So this truck, 90% of it's probably built by Mack, but probably has an engine like a Cummins one or Detroit diesel or a Cat or something or other, and an Allison gearbox, for example. But yeah, so if you ever see a Mack truck and it's got the gold dog, that means the whole lot of a truck is built in-house, apparently by Mack. So gearbox, engine, the full shebang, which you don't see many of them at all. We can't even get up this hill. Oh, come on. I've got it maxed out. Gee, she's struggling up here. I'd expected more from this. Obviously expecting too much. Right, here's we go. Here's we go, Governor. We better get back over behind this escort vehicle. Old Chips, California Highway Patrol here. Cool. This steering wheel looks cheap though, doesn't it? And that dash setup looks a bit cheap to me. Well, let's schmooze over into the next lane. Oh, we have to wait. Do we have to wait till the... Yeah, we'll just follow this. Follow the popo. Yeah, on ya! Oh, mate, there pulled over in his Dodge Ram. What have we had? Now, I do like doing the big heavy haul jobs, but the thing is that you can only do 40. That's like the top speed, or I think it's 60 if you're playing Euro Truck, because that's in kilometres. But oh well, whatever. So just got to ease the truck down, ease it down. Cruise control on, which that is not the cruise control button. That's the cruise control button. Right. So I have, I'm using the PlayStation controller here. So triangle is lights, like park lights and headlights on and off, and then square is for high beams. Now, circle in this truck is obviously, or in this game I've mapped it to cruise control and X is for wipers, where on Euro Truck Simulator it's the opposite. X is cruise control, circle's the wipers. So I always just, it's a little bit of trial and error. I can never quite remember. Whoa, come on. Go! I should have slammed him. Body slam. Boom! Jeez, old mate, he's forward. What, did she escape or something? We might buy one of these trucks. We're going to get a Mac before. I'll have to just see what truck, what mod was causing some problems with the game. I could just have a look on the store, on the Steam store, and see what ones haven't been updated recently. There's a little bit of a mod incompatibility issue. Oh, I'm gonna yawn. Oh, I'm back. Did you miss me? So I think we'll just do a little bit of drive, and we'll see if we can get our bank to about 50 grand. And last time we played, I did say, you know, we want to look at getting a truck, our own truck soon. That is for sure. Regardless if it's a mod truck. Now I did want to buy the Mac mod truck because it's pretty old school, pretty cool old thing. But when you start the game, you have to pick the truck as your favourite. And I've got the International Lone Star on there, so maybe we could buy one of them. But we'll have to look, of course, and see what our finances are. That said, I don't think it's an issue for us really to take a loan. Because as long as we're doing jobs and we're generating cash flow, I don't think that should be really an issue paying it off, paying back. We've made it around there pretty good. Lucky there was no cars there. Yes, so I think just a little bit of financial planning to look at so we can do our own jobs. And maybe we could get like a base model truck, and then once we're earning some money and we can maintain costs, we could get a second truck and hire a driver to drive the first one. So that could be something we can do. But I think we'll get our bank to about 50 or 60. So we'll do a couple of jobs. I think this one's going to bank us about $12,000, so that'll get us to 45. So I reckon we can probably do another job too, maybe after that. And we'll get our bank, get our money up, and we'll have a look to see what a truck's going to cost us at the end here just so we get a little bit of a loose idea of where we are, if we can afford one, how much we're going to have to borrow, and all that good stuff. We're doing fine. This is a financial... We're doing finances here on the road. It should be Luke who's doing your books. Ooh. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Oh, we're going to get past this bus. Or they're going to... Trailer damage. What did they hit? Must have hit something, obviously. I don't know what though, Gov. Oh, how long's this trip? 170 miles left to go. We'll soon get that done. Even though we're only doing 40. We'll soon get it done. Don't bring me down. Oh, woohoo! I tell you once more, something, something, something. Don't bring me down. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. So we've done... This is stream number 8. So that means... We've been streaming for a month. Or thereabouts. So try it, because the idea is sort of 2 a week. And it's garbage day outside. And there goes the truck past the window. Maybe we could buy one of those Peterbilts. Look at her. She's retro, that thing. Old school. Garbage day. Yes, it is garbage day. Garbage and recycle. The next week's garbage and green waste bin if you have one of them. We don't. But they come at all times. Like I remember when I was a kid, the garbage used to get collected like they'd be around at like 6 o'clock or 7, like really early and get it. But sometimes like it's now it just seems like it's whenever, almost. Yeah, my yellow bins are all empty. Yeah. Apparently, now I'm not sure. I think it was somebody we know down the road. I think that the truck must have been, I don't know if it was last garbage day or whatever. Anyway, the truck came and the bin went straight in the truck. So the grabber on the truck, or the driver also didn't have the clamp, the bin grabber doohickey, on the side of the bin tight enough, and she went whoop straight into the back of the truck. Apparently, somebody's been around these parts. Yoo-hoo! Maybe we get one of those Volvos. I don't know. When it comes to buying truckos, maybe we could just own like one of every truck in the game. How about that? In its standard configuration. Anyway. Oh, I've got to yawn again. My goodness. Ooh. Let me have another sip of Mekona number 8. I'll just put the mute on here. That could have been a bit dicey. Ending up in that orchard. I suppose it's an orchard. Yeah, we'll say it's an orchard. I mean, it's got to be. Surely it's got to be an orchard there. Because there's trees in orchard fashion lined up. So who's doing what today, or who's been doing what today, or who's got what planned for today? After I finish here, I've got a couple. I'll have to put the VOD put it over onto YouTube. And finish getting some audio stuff done as well. And I might get the skipping rope out and go for a skip. But I gotta get a couple of things too for me. I bought an Osmo Action the other week, so I'm gonna get a screen protector and a couple of condiments for that. Get them ordered and they'll turn up whenever, which is fine. I'm not desperate. So check emails as well. That's something else I've got to do. Check boring emails. All those newsletters I get, I should unsubscribe to a heap of them. That's something I could do. Because I usually just go, delete, but I could probably unsubscribe from one a day, for example. I'd probably slowly get rid of them all. And obviously delete those dodgy emails that I reckon they're PayPal and all that other stuff. So fun. Also, I sent an email to a dealer, car place. I talked about this on the weekend stream, and I was interested in the vehicle, however, it was from the other side of the country. So I sent a particular place an email, just being like, what do you got for interstate customers? So I'll see what they've got to say for themselves, which will be interesting. They're like, if you buy this car, we will sacrifice everything for you. Depends how desperate they are, I suppose, to sell a car. I'm not really that desperate to buy. I mean, it'd be nice, but I don't really need to. So, yeah, exciting stuff. Also, something we'll have to do is when we get our own truck is we're going to have to manage our sleep or manage our rest, and also make sure we have fuel as well in our vehicle so we don't run out. Well, that has happened to me before whilst playing this, and also Euro Truck. You'll be driving along and you're like, yeah, I've got enough fuel, and you go past a fuel place and then you look at your map and you're like, I've still got a long way to go and I'm not going to make it on fuel, and you just run it out. It's like, slightly inconvenient. That? Running out of fuel? I've never run a car out of fuel, which is good. Jeez, that's just microwave up there. Flash. It's big 10-4. Must be an automatic or something, this. She's only got the 2 pedals. How long have we got left? 64 miles. So we're making sensible progress. Stuck at 40 k's. Well, sorry, 40 mile an hour. Right, it'll be interesting here when we finish this job and the game will do a save, because I've got the auto save on. So the game ought to save itself. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully it won't crash on me. I've uninstalled the mod, so I think that's what the problem was. But time will Tel Aviv on that one. That is for sure. I'm just looking here. It's got our volts on the dash, 13.8. Has that changed at all? I wonder if it would change if I was going faster. Because I don't know how alternators work, if I'm honest. But I assume because they spin, charge off the engine. So I would suppose the faster we go, maybe the faster the fans, etc., might spin. And then that'll go. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. So anyway, we will give it the herbs up this hill. And we're... Oh no, there's trucks up there. We're going to have to go up. Get onto this this ramp up here. So they're going to move these trucks. Old mate here, his boat on. Go! Oh, she's struggling. I've got it maxed out. Foot to the floor. Foot to the floor! Right. Around there, and we are safe on that side. Now, Ray's Hamburgers drive-through. Wouldn't mind one of them. Big Ray. Ray Marone. Wait, Barone, wasn't it? Everybody loves Ramon. Bit of a blind spot there. That. Yeah, on you up. Right. So we're on the old highway now, for reasons. Because they want to take us off the big road, or is this just the only way to get to wherever we're going, apparently. I don't even know where... Yeah, we're delivering this somewhere. Should have looked. Should have taken more attention, but I was just like, cash. Let's do it. Righty, yeah. Right. I may have to get myself a tissue to wipe my nose. In a mojo. We'll deliver this piece of equipment first, of course. And then we'll have a quick intermission. Oh wow, we're going just a tad faster than what we should be. Motor City. So we're going to Detroit then. Hot diggity. Here we are, Detroit. Right, we're going down here. Fapper Auto Parts. Right, let's get around here. I'm going to take them there. I don't really need our indicator on there because the road comes around this corner. There's actually not really anywhere else to go. Let's get right up over here. So we can swing this bad boy into rail exports. Tell you what, we've gone left a bit far. Right, this truck. We don't have to park it. It's impossible to get this over there proper. In Bakersfield, right. Let's turn on a hard. Spin it round here. I should have... because look at this. She's not going to get on the thing here properly. I'd be very surprised if it accepts this parking job. I'm probably going to have to... See, I can't get that... I can't get that trailer over any further. You know what? There, take it. Right, will we go up a level? I don't know. Yes, we will. Okay, no, we won't. Oh, well, we've gone from level 3 to 4. I don't know what's going on. Excellent. $11,608 dues. Cool. Now, let's go. We're just going to go... I think we're going to go straight down here. And what we'll do is when we get to here, fuel economy, we'll do 2 of them and then go back up and then like down like this and we'll zigzag it, I think. Because why not? Right, fragile cargo, we will apply that. Now, this is the big test. If I go over job market, get hired as a dryer. Is it going to crash the game? No. Cool. You know, well, we'll just do this because we get the most money. And that's what we're all about. We're all about capital. I think when we get our own truck, we'll change this to the exploration or maybe destination sort of thing, so we can explore the map a little bit more. Milling machine, Santa Cruz to Los Angeles, 12.5. We're going to get apparently. As you see, we've already been here because some of the roads are yellow. So, what have we got? Oh, it's I'd call that an asphalt machine. Well, it's not an asphalt machine, but they use it to dig up the road. So, right into Big Pete. Oh, yeah, and she's got the dolly on her as well, so it's a heavy load. This. Right, coming that way, nothing. Coming that way, nothing. Let's go. Oh. 316 miles. This shouldn't take us too long because we can actually go quicker than 40. So, we'll go down off of the ramp. If we can get round there. Snazzy. Oh, I'm excited. Right. And yes. So we can do 55, so. On Route 101. Or was it Highway 101? Why would just, what's the difference? I mean, I guess there is none, they're both main roads, but why would you say Route 101 compared to Highway 101? Answer me! So, might also actually later on watch another movie. My Plex has been down for a while, and I've just been having some problems with it. Anyway, I reinstalled it. I had it installed, the server on my NAS, but I vetoed that and installed it on the computer instead, so it's been working. So I've been catching up on some films, and I'll tell you what, 3 of the last 4 I'm going to watch, would have watched, will be war films. Because I've got an app And on the app, all my films are like they're in alphabetical order. I've got them catalogued on there, which is quite handy because the idea behind that was, well, if I go out somewhere, like if I go to, we're going to get up here. If I go to, well, I can't say go to Kmart and get a DVD because Kmart don't sell them anymore. But if I go to JV Hi-Fi or Sanity, for example, and get a DVD or get a Blu-ray or whatever, I've got the catalogue now, so I can look to see what films I already own, so I don't double up, which is quite handy. So what I'm doing with the watch is I started off with a movie that came first alphabetically, and then I went to one that came last alphabetically. So I'm alternating. So I'm going, first alphabetically, second alphabetically, and so on, with a chance to meet in the middle. What versus a floating fence? So the other night I watched We Were Soldiers, and then the next night I watched Alice in Wonderland, the one with 2010, I think, the one with Johnny Depp and Anne Hathaway in it. And then yesterday I watched War Horse. And the next movie to watch, which I'll probably tackle today, maybe tomorrow, is All Quiet on the Western Front. So I've gone Vietnam War. Is it Vietnam or the Korean War? Korean War, I think, actually. Anyway, look, a pointless war. To Alice in Wonderland, which, Alice has to slay the big, it's not a dragon, but it's sort of like a dragon, whilst there's like a war between two siblings, because the Red Queen and the White Queen are feuding siblings, and there is like a war that pretty much takes place at the end of that. And then I've gone to then War Horse, which is World War One. And then we're going to All Quiet on the Western Front, which is, another World War One film. Trench warfare, which is pretty dumb. Well, actually, all warfare's dumb, but trench warfare is like, okay. A few scenes in War Horse, and you're like, why? It's ridiculous. Just get your artillery out and blast them. But one thing I will say I'm disappointed with, nobody said on the double. Because there's a bit in... because I love the artillery in We Were Soldiers, but at no time Mel's like, we get his artillery down here on the double. See, come to think of it, the only film, or the only war show or film I have seen where somebody says on the double is in, I believe, Band of Brothers. Now I don't know what. See, there we go. Look at that. Wipers on. No, I want cruise control. Yeah, Band of Brothers, where Damian Lewis's character was the major, whoever, or captain. Well, he starts off as a he starts off as a captain. Or does he start off as a lieutenant and then he goes captain and he goes to a major? Anyway, there is a scene, there is in that movie, he does say on the double in one of the episodes, but I can't remember what one, but I'm sure he's like, oh, we need artillery up here on the double, or something. People should say on the double more often. But maybe I could write a gritty, World War II script or something, and the main commander just seemed to say on the double all the time. That could be like his catchphrase, and then it becomes a joke, and then plot twist, it's actually a romantic comedy. It's like, on the double. The stereo. Why am I singing Rihanna? I don't know. Whoa. So yeah. Oh, and then I think after I've watched All Quiet on the Western Front, we're going. Wanted, I think, is the next film then in the rotation, which is an absolute heap of. If I remember correctly, I haven't seen it for a little while. I got DVD, and it's like, oh, you got to curve a bullet if you do this fancy thing with your wrist. It's like, oh, okay, just a bit silly, but oh well. I should try not to look ahead too much of what movies are to come, because I honestly I have already skipped some. I skipped A Clockwork Orange because I was like, I don't know if I want to watch that movie like by myself, sort of thing. And then I think not Shawshank, Silence of the Lambs, and then like The Shining as well are two that'll come up when I get into the S's. And like, yeah, I might skip those two as well. And I think I don't have anything in between, so I think they would be like back to back almost. So I might skip those two, save them for date night, because I've got it into my head that I don't. But it's like, don't know if I really want to watch them by myself. So. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. But I'm pretty much just sort of doing the system that I'm doing as a way to watch. Well, obviously as a way to watch films, but as a way to watch a lot of the films I have, but I've never seen. Because you might go somewhere and there'll be like 5 DVDs for $5, so you just buy a heap. And you watch the ones that you want to, and then the other ones just get like put away. You've never, watch them. So there's a few of them, a few movies I've got like that. Or you might get a gift card or whatever for a particular place, and you go and and you go and buy movies or whatever, and you don't watch them. Or, as I say, you watch the ones that you want to buy, or you initially, like, you want. And, because with that, please pull into the way station. Okay, what is it, up here? It is. Because it's always funny if you go somewhere they have movies like they'll have 5 for $10 or whatever. You can always pick like 3 that you want, and then you always struggle to get the extra couple, couple that seem vaguely interesting to you. So that's why I think I've got movies that I've got, but I've never watched. Come on, truck, let's roll. Let's roll, Lou. Whoop. Also, it's a thing about saying "let's roll." Is that a thing that cops actually say? Like, let's roll. They might have back in like 1950. Just these fun idiom words we associate with things like on the double and let's roll and that sort of stuff. Thank you, car. See, now, what should have happened is all those vehicles in that right-hand lane should have all got in the left one, so I could get over and get out. See how things would happen here in Australiaville. But, well. Is there enough gauges in this truck? What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 6 more, 15. 17 gauges. I counted them right. 3, 3, 3's 9. 3 more is 12. 12, yeah. And 3 more is 15. Plus the 2 big ones. 17. Has this got a proper gear stick? Well, we've got 3 pedals. By the look, so it must do, but we just can't see it. Don't know. Anyway. Not quite as classy as the Mac, is it, this, Pete? Peter. Trip economy, 4.1 mpg. That's pretty decent. Actually, no, it's probably not. 4 miles to the gallon. What's a gallon? 4 litres. It's not that great. If fuel the price it is, though, we can afford to burn it. Couple of, well, actually, there's one place, one service station here. Fuel's at sometimes has actually been under $1. It's been about 98 cents or so, or it's been like low, like $1.05, $1.10, whatever. I've never seen. I can never remember seeing fuel that low. Like low fuel. To me, it's like a $1.20, $1.30, because usually 1.45, 1.50. If you want premium, it's up to sometimes 1.60, 1.70 a litre. I mean, fuel will get to $2 eventually. I remember 98 cents. Well, you're old though, Matt. You're 60. I mean, I remember fuel when it was 2 and 6. Ooh. Whoa, look at these. He's just pushing in there. I'm not going to let this truck in. He doesn't have his indicator. Actually, he does have his indicator on. Let's go. Well, that car's facing the wrong way, so that's been a alrighty spin dinger. Right, we'll get down here. Oh, I forgot that I'm actually towing a big machine. I was like, we just got a trailer on here, whatever. Cool. At least it's like it's telling us to get over, but it doesn't matter because this road, the way it is, all connects up anyway. But what we're going to do is we are going to go on this lane just so that we I don't know if we've driven on this road yet, so it's going to go from grey to yellow for us. Not that we can see that happening underneath the GPS track there. What have we got left? 80 miles. Still a little way. Won't take us too long though. Right, let's get over. And we'll get into the truck lane and absolutely destroy that car. Crash offence. I mean, gave him plenty. He had plenty of time to yield to me. So I'm not taking responsibility for that. Should charge him for the damage he caused. I mean, come on, I was well ahead. Kind of funny how you could technically get paid to store oil. Yeah, well, it was like, what was it? It was about minus 30 a barrel there the other week, oil. But it's, well, that's, yeah, because, of course, no flames, no planes flying. A lot of people, everybody's not driving around just for the sake of it. So fuel companies don't need to buy oil to make fuel because nobody's burning any fuel. So, and also, I think I heard on the radio that storage in the United States was at 70-something%. So they were like, she's going to be full. They're going to run out of storage in like a couple of weeks. So. But it's all right. Merican going to open back up so they can burn all the fuel, burn all the oil, get the price back up, and infect everybody. Now here's the thing. Okay, I don't want to get on it. I don't want to get on about. Actually, I have seen that because of a lot less. There's been a lot less traffic and things on the road, that pollution has gone down actually quite a bit from things. So. Whoa! I gotta say, I find it quite amazing. Well, do I find it amazing? I don't know, but Gretzky, how people get so wound up about her. I mean, she's a kid who's very passionate about something. Or, what is she, teenager, and she's very passionate about a particular thing, right? So what? Big deal. There's a hot take for you. My goodness. She's all happening there. Oh no. Oh yeah, surely it's not really that necessary. Everybody having a whinge about her. I mean, obviously people who are having a teary about it can't, got nothing better to do. Something to talk about. She's like one of those kids who loves Pokemon, except she wants a clean environment. Surely it's the same concept. Or just a kid that, loves movies. Surely it's the same, similar concept. Anyway. Oh, Rebecca Black. I feel like I should know that, but she's probably some crazy lady. Now here's a thought for you. What if Greta was actually a boy? Would you be copping it as much as she is? Or, cop it as much as she is? Oh. Yep. I get ya. Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Oof. I mean, I'm more of a Gangnam Style kind of guy when it comes to One-hit wonder meme songs. What Gangnam Style? Was really unnecessary, even if it's long. Yeah, people love getting hammed up about stuff, that's for sure. And now, because internet, you can mouth off pretty much about anybody and anything with really no consequences. Well, every artist has an absolute garbage song. You know, everybody's like, oh, how great are the Beatles, but I'm sure they had some absolute stinkers. Right, how's it going there, Skippy? Look at him. Head shaved around the edges. I hate those haircuts. Actually, one time I went and got a haircut. A friend of mine from high school cut it. Went to her salon and I was like, so, you know, you see those people who got hair cuts and they've got like no hair around, it's like shaved around the edges and there's a bit on top. I'm like, no, don't want that. Mullet. I haven't seen a decent mull for a while. I haven't had a haircut actually for quite a while. I said I might get one, might grow one. Bit of, you know, business in the front, party at the back. Trailer manoeuvring bonus. Look at that. 25. Right, just in time delivery. That means we've got a speed. What have we got? 56,945. I reckon we could do another job. We'll do another job. This is probably pretty much what we've just done. Santa Cruz to Bairstow. So we're not going to. Where's Los Angeles? There. So we're going to go. Nah, we're not going to do that one. This is almost what we've just done, except reverse. LA to Santa Cruz, no. San Fran to Farino. Santa Maria to Kingman. Actually, let's have a look at the dollars per mile. So that's $39 per mile on that job, which is huge. 48 on this one. That's a special delivery, so that means we're going to be stuck at 40 Ks. $48 per mile on that one. You know what? Well, even though I was like, yeah, that's pretty much what we've just done, we'll pretty much do what we just did, except instead of stopping at LA, we're going to go to Bairstow. Bring back the Biff. Biffy. Right. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I love it. Like it's pretty much the same load as what we've just done. But oh well, whatever. It's all about the money, isn't it? So this will take us. This job's going to net us about 14 or so, and we're what $55 short of 57,000. So this will take us to about 70 grand, I reckon, this job in the bank. And then what we'll do is we'll do this delivery, and then we'll have a look at the trucks at the dealers and see what we can get. We probably can't buy a truck for 70,000, but we can probably go close to investing in one. You know what? Actually, I'd like to see brought back when it comes to hairstyles and fashion and whatever. Classy mustaches, because just a good classy mo, not like a huge big veranda thing happening, but just a classic mo. Because when I was watching Warhorse last night, of course, the British Army, were depicted, and there was some class mozzes for sure on display, and I was like, that class mo, it's what's going on here? Old mate's pulled up. He's done an engine or something. Bit of car juice out the back. Yeah, just a solid, well maintained mustaches back in fashion. Surely it's not too much to ask. Well, it looks like pretty much all these trucks are turning up here, which is great. Fresno. And I tell you what, I'd love to see a world leader with a mustache. That'd be great. Even one with a solid beard. I think the Prime Minister of Luxembourg, he had a beard. I think he's shaving it off now, but imagine ScoMo with a mo. So it would be. Would we call it ScoMo's mo? I suppose we would. This guy is slowing up. Well, we can only do 30, can't we? So. And now we can go fast. Oh yeah. $55. Let's blind this guy with our high beams on. We're not a jerk driver, so we won't do that because we're responsible. Oh, jeez. Yeah, exactly. That's right. LA trap. Well, even when we get to LA, not that we're going to be getting to LA on this particular delivery, but yeah, not gridlocked LA traffic. That's for sure. I was actually I was watching a well, I wasn't watching. I was listening to a podcast on Columbo. I don't know if you've ever seen or know of Columbo. It's a 70s detective show set in LA. And it's an episode where somebody goes across town, like they're a orchestra conductor, and they have to get across town to commit a murder and then get back to where like their show is. And I was listening to the podcast episode on this particular episode of the show, and the guest on there was like, yeah, so I live in LA, and it's like no way they could have gotten from, or the murderer could have gotten from where the concert hall was to the residence to commit the crime and then get back to the go truck to where the like no way he could have done the trek in any particular time, especially at the time of day it happened in the show as well. They're like, no, it would be completely impossible. And do LA even have like any sort of pub? Like, do they have a subway or metro or even a half decent bus network? I'm not sure. I suppose they don't even probably have taxis. Because there's the one thing I know about New York City is, well, at least what I've learnt from television, watching Law and Order, is that there is taxis everywhere and that they have a subway. How Glendale. Oh, now Daria, she's Glendale, isn't she? Is that right? Glendale High. There's a show I've seen where Glendale is like where it's at. I think I've got Daria in my head. I could be completely wrong with that. But it's a bit like here. If you're in a major city and you leave it, I mean, there's nothing. Especially up in Queensland, if you're in Bris Vegas and you start driving in any direction. Lawndale. Jeez, that was close. Lonsdale. Hey, the sports brand. But here, like, I suppose if you're in Perth and you drive anywhere out of Perth, it's a desert, pretty much, isn't it? Especially over there, she's the Wild West. Might have to do a road trip over there one day. I've never been to Western Australia. Not sure I'd be keen to go to the Northern Territory. That might be a bit too crazy for me. I need to do a road trip around here first, around my own state. So, that could be future vlog content. Future content with videos. Road tripping around Vegas. Are we going to overtake this crane truck, or are we just going to idle alongside it? Because I'm too close. I can't get back behind him now. I'm too close. I'll be right up him. Is he going to turn off? No. We're going to get past him anyway. Excellent. Right. We're going okay on that side. We're still beside that guy. Now if we slow down too much on this hill, which we're going okay. Right, well, we'll get back in behind this truck. Because Fresno, 1 mile. Oh, I tell you what, this chair, she's not much chop. Because we're getting into the uncomfortable zone. Into the not conducive to my bottom time. But I don't know, maybe I should spend more than like $45 on a chair. Might help. But I remember when I disassembled my old chair, because I had a computer chair, well, I sat on it, whatever, one day, and then the leg broke. Or the leg broke, I can't remember how it actually came about. And I took the chair apart so I could get it in the bin. And when I was disassembling it, like taking the arms off the bottom and that, like the filth that had built up in between the armrests and the seat cushion was ridiculous. Like there's fluff in there and like crumbs, and it wasn't that great. And when I took even when I took the backrest off underneath it, like the dust and just junk under there, I was like, not great. It's like, and I'm sitting on that, crazy. Right, past the Chevron, not the Chevron, because we can't call it that because we don't have the license to do so. You can bypass a nearby way station. Yeah, well, they made me stop last time, so I should be able to just schmooze on past. What have we got left? 200 miles. Won't take us too long. Actually, it's going to take us 4 hours and 18 minutes. Imagine doing a stream though for that long. 4 hours and 18 minutes. It'd be crazy. What would we have been going for? About an hour, I suppose. Hour 10. That's long enough for me. 56 945. I wonder. I've done a 60. Woof. Yeah, when I was started putting the VOD over onto YouTube, I had to verify my account so I could do that, and it said that you can only there was a maximum length of at least videos you can put on YouTube. I think it was like 12 hours or something. So maybe that's why YouTube only saved 11 hours 55 minutes, because I think they have a limit on how long a video can be or something. I don't know. Call up Google and be like, Google, because you're the boss of YouTube. Fix this. Ah, right. Huh. Yeah, maybe you could revert. Yeah, Twitch on. I was going to say Twitch on YouTube for a second. Maybe you could stream on YouTube and then. Wait, let me start again. Maybe you could stream on Twitch and export to YouTube. What have I done here? Ugh. Not paying attention. I should have just gone for it instead of stopping. Oh well. That was a circus. Not paying attention to what I'm doing. Also, because unless you have Twitch Prime, which I don't, YouTube's a good way to archive streams, because on Twitch they only last for, I think it's 14 days before they disappear, unless you have Twitch Prime, and they last for, I don't think they last forever, but I think they last for maybe 60 days. I've quite possibly just made that up. Yeah, well, I guess Twitch is like the default streaming platform. If you say that you're going to stream, or you stream, I guess people would probably think of Twitch straight away. You know, YouTube's more of archive, maybe. I mean, YouTube's not for live content, I'll say that, maybe. But I don't know, I've never tried, done a Twitch. See, there you go, I've never done a stream on YouTube. So I don't know if it's I don't know what it's like, if it's much cop. But can you set it up so that you stream to multiple places? So let's just say that you're on Twitch and you're like, oh yeah, well I want to also stream this live onto YouTube as well. Could be worth looking into. I don't know. Yeah. Oh right. Yep. All these great. You can use high bit rates. Yes, I did restream. Right. Okay. I'm learning about this streaming malarkey. Oh, an old burger joint. Yeah. Malarkey. Oof. Ooh, Bakersfield. That's like an over-the-top sign. Entrance for your city. I probably should have stopped then. Well, there was no sign, so... Beaconsfield. So I say Beaconsfield, not Bakersfield. That's just dumb, because it's spelled Bakersfield. I'll pronounce these cities how I wanna. We should probably stop here and be responsible. Because we've already crashed into a car, so... Look at these Fords. That's a Ford Escape. Don't know what that was. There was like an F-150 or something went around the corner there. I love the Fords. That police car, Ford Taurus. Or whatever it is. This thing is probably like a Ford Mercury. Right, we're off. There you go, another Ford. Jeez, and then you got Land Rover. I had a Falcon Fairmont XC when I was learning to drive. I can't drive. I tell you what, XC Ford Falcon Fairmont, she'd be worth $1 or $2 these days. What was XC? Mid-70s. So depending, if she was tidy, she'd be worth $1 do. The classic 76. Yeah. My brother's got a HQ Premier, and apparently at the time, the way his optioned, apparently at the time was worth more than a cost more than a Monaro. Yeah, four-door one's probably... I don't know if you can get a Fairmont in a coupe. Maybe just GT in the coupe, I'm not sure. You have a hard-top coupe. Ah, right. Yep. Yeah, well, they used to race the, it was interesting, the hard-top version, yeah, the hard-top version seemed to be the more popular one when it came to racing at the time, as in track, like in touring cars, or obviously the Australian Touring Car Championship, I think it was called at the time. They used to seem to go for the two-door version, the coupe, rather than the sedan, which was interesting. Maybe a bit more aerodynamic. Don't know. But the cars were huge, though. Yeah, maybe less weight. Not sure. Yeah, she'd be bare minimum with the interior, that's for sure. Especially in those days when the cars they raced were a lot more closer to what you could buy on the street. They'd probably get a car, take the interior out, put a roll cage in. Really, probably about it. They'd probably do some work. I imagine would do some work on the engine and running gear if the rules permitted. Yeah, that's right. The big coupes and whatever else, sort of, when Commodore and the new, I think it was XD. I don't know what the next Falcon was. They sort of come out in late 70s. It was really, I suppose, a real big change with how the car. It seems really interesting that it's not really like an evolution into what they became. It's sort of like, well, we've got these big cars of sort of the early to mid 70s, and then here we are, late 1970s. It's a complete change. It's not like a slow transition into what they became. It's like, it's just completely different sort of thing, if that makes any sense. You know, it's like if you have a computer, for example, the change, like, and I suppose now also with cars, you know, the changes between the models isn't that drastic, whereas going from something like a coupe or like a big sort of, you know, Ford Falcon of, you know, XC 1976 to then the model after, which I think might have been XD or whatever, they're quite a bit different. And they're also with Holdens, you know, so you say go from like HQ or whatever, Holden to then the first Commodore, which I think might have been a VB, I think it was. That's quite a drastic change. It's like the cars didn't slowly morph into what they became. Yeah, Formula One at the time was pretty crazy. But I guess then, in those types, gains that could be made were more drastic because, at least when it comes to Formula One, for example, aerodynamics weren't really a huge big thing until maybe the late 70s, early 80s, until and then the gains and the learning was a lot more than what it is now with things. Manual transmission for win, yeah. Actually, I was looking at a car. I was looking at had a Ford Laser as well, little thing. Yeah, they're not bad little cars. Little Ford Lasers. Actually, I'm saying about manual transmissions. I've been looking at, as I mentioned earlier. Well, I've got two cars. I want to consolidate to one vehicle. And I was looking at a Jeep Wrangler. As a option, and you can only get them in automatics. It's like, well, don't know if I want one. Don't know if I want an auto. And also, I don't think the Jeeps are really much chopper, but I was just, you know, sort of looking. I've got an idea of what sort of vehicle I want, so I was just looking at all the options or all the similar sort of vehicles I could get that meet my want, And I was like, Jeep Wrangler, yeah. And they're all autos. And also V6 petrols, which, except if you get like the top spec, which I think you can get a diesel, but I was like, I don't particularly want a four-wheel drive that's a petrol engine. I'd prefer something that's a diesel, turbo diesel as well. So I don't want a Land Cruiser because they're too big. I don't really need one of them. So it's tricky when you're looking for a vehicle, and you have like a set of requirements or wants for that vehicle. To find one that meets them, or at least meets the required ones, is a little bit tricky. No drivey drive for Matty D. Sad. Oh well. Have some crazy surgery on your eyes and you'll be fine. Medicare can get the bill. I tell you what, speaking of like eyesight and glasses, everybody in my family's had glasses except me. So whenever I go to the optometrist, I'm always like, they're going to say, you need glasses, but they have yet to do so. Which I'm honestly slightly surprised about. Right, can we get around here? Oh, that easy. We are professional truckers. Ignoring us crashing into that car. If you ever win Powerball, yeah. Oz Lotto. Ooh. Yeah, right. 100k to get treatment. Ouchie macca. Right. Cool. Where do you want a skippy? You could do some nefarious activities to try and raise the funds. You could be like Breaking Bad, old Walter. That's how I've never seen Breaking Bad, but that's how it goes, isn't it? He needs money for cancer, is it? Cancer treatment or something or other. So then he starts selling meth. I don't know. Well, we've made a right hash of this. Hey, Kaz. How you doing? Turning up just as we're almost about to finish. But what we're going to do first is we're going to have a look at the dealers, truck dealers, that is, to see... so we've only got the Freightliner. What do you call it? The international one. Buy online. I can't do that, I don't think. It's like, you can only buy online if you have a million trucks. 3 apparently. Well, let's at least have a look at the international dealer here. See what we can get. So this one, she's pretty basic. 70, that's our money. 119. That's nearly 120,000 of this truck. Jeez. And look at her, she's absolutely bog standard. Okay. That's... Well, we can't even buy that one. Available from level 8. Can we even buy this? Well, we can buy this if we want to. Let's have a look at a customise and configuration. Wow, that looks chicken feed, doesn't it? With this bog standard cab on her. Gee, she's absolutely... POV pack for sure. You can upgrade some stuff, engine, gearbox, etc. What's the interior like? I wonder, can we get... what's this here? Bumper. $50 for that. Well. You know what? not overly keen on that. It looks really, like in the stock configuration, not that hot. That one, average. This here looks better because she's got the big cab on her. How much is this? 168 grand for level 14. Poof. Level 18, 185, and then level 25, 202,000 with an absolute barn on the back of it. That's huge. But we can't afford view all. Yeah, well, we can't even afford this. And look at it, she's bog standard, absolute chicken feed, that thing. Well, I think we'll leave for dealer for Mojo. This blue one here we've got on the save screen here is pretty good. But, well, we'll just continue to do some jobs, I think. We could take a big old loan out. And, this is funny. Delivering parts for Kenworth in a Mac. Heh. Right, now if we go into the bank, how much will they lend us? Oh, we can lend No. We can take 400,000. Oh, this is interesting. So you can do 10, 5, 50, 100, and then all of a sudden it's like 400,000. There's nothing in between. So if you want to do 253, okay, straight to 400 grand. So we need, if we want to buy that truck and keep it in bog standard configuration, what was that, 120? So we'd have to borrow at least 50,000. I think what we might do, we've got 70. Next time, I think we're going to keep Truxxin until we get to our bank to 100,000. And we'll be, level 6? We'll be up hopefully a couple more levels by then. We might be level 8. I don't know how many, 30 grand. It'll probably be another 2 or 3 deliveries for us to do until we get to maybe another 3 deliveries until we get to 100,000. So we might be level 8. I don't know. Anyway, that'll be next time. That's probably for next time. We've got our profit. Well, apparently we're making 10 grand a day, so there you go. Anyway, well, I think if we do buy a truck though, we could pay for it easy. It's just you know, don't really think I want to get the bog standard international because it looks pretty average. So we might have to look at the dealer map and drive somewhere that has. See, we drove through Bakersfield to Bairstow, so we may have to consciously drive somewhere that has another dealer. Not that I don't want to buy an international, but I'd just like to see what the other places might offer. If I click on that, so I can't go there. So I think we might have to look at that next time. Anyway, everybody, hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you on the weekend. I think we're going to be playing City Skylines, so I'll see you then. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, stay safe.